Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another reading. My name is Ahorangi Starchild and this is a reading for past lives. Okay, if you're interested to see what one of your past lives may have been, while I introduce myself and talk about the readings, have a look at the decks. I will have timestamps below and the names of all the decks that I've been using. So this is deck number one. This is a quartz that was picked up Mangatu River here in New Zealand. That's my awa. That's my river where I come from. This is Aura Quartz, clear Aura Quartz for deck number two. Then we have this little sun pendulum, not pendulum, sorry, pendant, Mercury retrograde there. And we have a manaya, which we use, it's a symbol of protection in the Maori culture. And my name is Ahorangi Starchild. So Ahorangi is a name that was given to me. It means connection to heaven. I'm very blessed to be connected to my Maori family. And okay, past lives. Have a look. Now, first of all, welcome. Pull up a chair, make yourself comfortable, and you can, watch one reading or you can watch all of them. First of all, please remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell to get the notifications, share my videos, and give me feedback. I love getting feedback from my readings. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask questions below. If you want a personal reading, that's the best way to find out about your past lives. I do those readings. You can click on the links below where to contact me. There's a donation link as well if you want to donate to my channel so that I can keep on doing my light work. Thank you for valuing me. Thank you for valuing my time. What else is there? Oh, well, whatever. If you have any questions, let's jump in. I don't like long introductions, so let's go. When I'm in my flow, I'm in my flow. You know what I mean? And I so love talking to everyone connecting here with me on the channel. I was quiet for a long time, but I'm so happy to be back. So group number one chose the quartz from the river where I come from, my iwi, Ngā Ariki Kaiputahi, the Mangatu River, okay, here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Let's have a look at your past lives. So as I said, I will link the decks that I'm using if you're interested. Buy any of these decks. Links will be below. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. What we're going to ask the question, what is the most what is a past life that is most relative to your current situation? Because past lives, we bring in energy from our past lives that we work on or that we want to resolve in this lifetime. So what is the most relevant past life for your current situation? What is this one kind of, see how this one kind of came out? Let's have a look. Food and hunger. I feel some of you starved. You might have starved in a previous life. And I feel like sometimes you would overeat and not know why. For some of you, it would be a thing of buying food, always buying bulk food and having a lot of food stashed in your cabinets and in your pantry, and it's too much. Sometimes the food would expire before you can get to eat it. So and food is very important for you. Like you may buy food and then not eat it. So it's not always about overindulging. I feel for some of you, it could also be a case of denying yourself food for whatever reason. So I feel like that is most probably, let's have another look. I want to draw more cards. Look where this one fell, right on the deck. Wow. High priestess or priest. So some of you are going through a spiritual journey and you feel maybe that when you eat food that you, or let's put it to you this way, fasting, when you fast you feel you grow spiritually, so you would go on fasting sessions to help with your spiritual growth and elevate your energy. I also feel in past life you may have been a high priest or high priestess, and that in the past there would have been an issue of being poor because high priests and priestesses, sometimes situation would come, war or whatever, and or plagues, not having food because of what do you call it, harvests not being successful. So there would have been that sort of issues as well. One more card. This one wants to come out. Trees. So I feel when it comes to your past lives, there would have been a situation where you lived out maybe in a forest, in a monastery in the forest, and there were food issues. It could also be that a tree to me could also be tree of life, or your family tree. They may be even currently in your current life. Um, how do I say it? Preachers, you would know, like your grandfather or auntie, uncle, relations of yours connected to the priestdom, high priestess. You may even have someone in your family who is clairvoyant, doing clairvoyant readings. You may have a tendency, when you're watching this video, you may have a tendency to have an interest in, the occult or hidden information. And that is like, sometimes that skips a generation, right? Like you would maybe have a great aunt or a grandparent who was energetically sensitive, and then you might take after one of your grandparents, I feel, in the way of being energetically sensitive. But there was definitely issues with food in your past life, okay? Not having enough food to eat, food and hunger. Okay, so we asked how is this past life relative to your current situation? What is it about this past life that you can bring in the experience to your benefit? Because past lives means we have an experience, we have knowledge that we are bringing in with us so that we can tap into that information and make informed decisions, okay? And live a better quality life. Okay, so I'm going to cut the deck. How is this information going to be to your benefit, this past life? First of all, it's helping you to move forward. We have the Six of Swords here. It's helping you to move forward in your life from conflict. It's helping you to deal with conflict. I feel for some of you, there may have been conflict over resources, money. Okay, money buys food. There would have been also the ability to move away from people who cause drama in your life, to choose the higher road and surrender to situations that you feel you can't change and just move forward from it, choosing not to buy into the drama, and take the road that leads to let's just say non-conflict. But this could also be for you if you've been having internal conflict about food, if you are having to fight battle with eating disorders. Okay, this is also what this um, cards are bringing in, is to help you to move forward from battling an eating disorder if you resonate with this. I also feel like trees are very grounding for you. When you go into a place where you disassociate from your day-to-day life, go hug a tree. It will ground you. It'll bring you back into your reality so that you can be present in each and every moment so that you can move forward. Because when we detach and we disassociate, we're not really in control of that situation. And I feel for some of you, there's a lot of mental, you're coming out of a situation that caused you mental stress. And the ability to surrender and know that there is a higher force at work in your life that also helps you to move forward. So we have the Page of Cups. I do feel creative expression, maybe in a spiritual practice, whether that is meditation or anything that you do creatively, whether it is little arts and crafts, hobbies, making clothes, painting, finger painting. If you're a masculine person, go out and, to tinker, do whatever it is, maybe even go fishing. We do have people in the boat here, going out on the water, and this is a lot of this is swords, but yet they're on a river. It's to let your thoughts flow, okay, to allow your mind to meander. That is also really good, and that speaks of this high priestess energy, is just to be present in the moment and let your mind wander. We have the sun. So I do feel like this past life is bringing in energy so that you can truly discover your happiness, and it will also bring in a deeper understanding of your own psyche, um, your own inner workings. It's also ushering in a time of when there wasn't any food, that now you will have enough. If there were any feelings of lack, whatever that may be, whether it's financial, um, because our finances directly contributes to the stability in our life, a place to stay, a roof over our head, food to eat, our basic necessities. That past life is ushering in a beautiful change in your life to experience abundance and happiness, okay, and warmth. You are recovering from war, okay? I feel like food and hunger, the war card didn't come up here, but I do feel like for some of you, you were Knights Templars, like they were, or you were serving as a knight. And for some of you, you're still recovering from the past life of having to fight war, and recovering from the trauma and the memories it was that you experienced in war. So when we have the Six of Swords, the Five of Swords comes before the Six, which is the card of conflict. That is kind of like a war card where you have to really, stand in your power and fight, whether it's verbally or physically. And some of you are still recovering from that. See, you fought in wars before. And what the knights used to do is, after they come back, if they survived that war, they used to sleep in a coffin and remember, all the battles or parts of the battle, and they just process the information. And I feel like this is what this lifetime is also, past life is helping you to process that information as well. You're starting to see things clearly. I feel there is an awareness, more emotionally than mentally, but you are open to the energy. That's why you're watching this reading. You are open to receive more energy so that you can move forward, open to receive more information so that your life can make sense to you. And we have a Tower, so I feel like this reading here will maybe help you to go into a direction where you want to maybe do a past life regression, get more information on past lives and how it influences your current situation. And I really like how if you decide to do some past regression work, then it will certainly blow your top. It makes so much sense. This is epiphany card. It's like power, just blow your mind with all the information coming through. So that's beautiful. I really love this reading for you. Do I want to draw another card? No, I don't feel I want to draw another card. So, but this will definitely as I said, if you're considering to do some past life regression, that will certainly help you to get a new understanding of your life. It will certainly illuminate. You have the sun, okay? You've got the sun and the tower. So it's about illuminating your understanding of your current life. And I feel like your past lives can certainly help you to make sense of your life. And it can also help you to go into the direction or keep with the direction that you're meant to be going in. Our astrological north node in our astrology chart gives us an indication of what it is that we want to accomplish here in this lifetime. Below this video, there is a link where you can click, where you can go and generate a natal chart for you so you can see where your north node is, okay? And I can also help you with those type of readings if you wanted to know what your life purpose is. But I do feel like you're very much in tune, and there's clues for you in your family tree as to what your past life influences are on this current life for you. It's beautiful. I really like this because I feel like there's a lot of information is going to come in, and it's just going to light up everything and just going to give you lots of answers about situations that you couldn't understand before, why things happened, why do bad things happen to good people, kind of thing. It'll just all make sense. So that gives you the ability to live an empowered life. Knowledge is power. This is what I'm saying. There's knowledge coming to you, and that's certainly going to put you in the driver's seat of your life. Thank you for watching. I loved reading for you. Please remember to hit that like button, share, etc., etc. Have a beautiful day. Take care now. Okay, our next group. We have this oracles for you. Ooh, look at the blingy bling bling. That's beautiful, eh? All those colors. Right. So your past life, and this is the vice versa deck. So there's images on both sides of this deck. So let's have a look. But first of all, I'm going to use my past life oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Brian Weiss. Okay, so what past life has the most influence on your current situation? What past life has the most influence on your current situation? Our past lives, we have experiences that we come into this world to finish off with, get clarity on, go into different direction, opportunity to change, okay? To have different experiences from what we had in our past lives. So let's have a look. What past life is the most relevant to your current situation? Thank you for tuning in. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe, share, all those beautiful things. So let's see. Trust and faith. So I feel in your past life, angels, archangels, maybe even I feel like that you had a path where you've learned to trust spirit, experiences in your physical world where was so challenging that you had to maybe go have a change in religion. learning to trust on that which you can't see. Transportation. So I feel like for some of you, you were engineers, maybe even what I see, what do I see? Inventors, people who invented, and you were inspired by trust and faith to, um, build trains, build things for transportation, innovative thinking. But I also feel for some of you that you were in charge of precious cargo. That's what I say. For instance, say in a situation where there wasn't food, that you would be in charge of a wagon or some form of transportation, a ship that would bring food to people. Um, you also, I kind of see like having to travel long distances and having trust and faith that you would reach your destination. Like you would travel, or you could have been even an adventurer, a frontier. You had trust and faith in your transport. In other words, you could have been a captain of a ship. You could have been a train driver, literally like a train driver. For some of you, and I get this is like a little bit way out there, like me, what I resonate with here personally is having a spaceship and being the commander of explorations and logistics. And going in my spaceship from star system to star system, for some of you out there, that's also what comes up. And having the trust and the faith that you will, um, end up where you need to end up. Also, I feel for some of you have a love of travel. Like you would just get in your car, take a road map and go. Or you wouldn't even take a road, you just get in your car and go, so well, we'll see where we end up. Which I feel is very much, that kind of freedom loving person. I feel like you would have traveled a lot across the water, I feel, not just by train or car or aeroplane, but I have being a well-traveled person now, or also a love for travel. Past lives sometimes have the reverse effect where we don't want to travel, we just want to stay at home, so we go almost the opposite end of what our past life was. One more card, monk and nun. So that's exactly what I said. What do monks and nuns do? They choose a spiritual path, trust and faith. Okay, they practice, they go into religion. And you may even have been a missionary where you were traveling all over the world to bring faith and trust and religion to other peoples. I feel if you're the type of person who don't like traveling, that you are, how do I say it? You may have had an experience while you were traveling, or maybe you passed in your ship sank or your train derailed or something like that in the past life, and now you prefer not to travel. You just want to stay at home. You don't want to venture too far away, just like a monk and a nun, like in a monastery kind of energy coming in there. That's one of the scenarios. So just remember, it's a general reading. I'm just trying to tell, the various stories for storyline for general reading. But that is kind of what I pick up for you. A love for travel, having trust and faith in your trans. Maybe I feel for some of you may even name your car, like your car would have a name. Because your vehicle, you understand that your vehicle is more than just something that gets you from point A to point B. Your vehicle ensures your safety. It's your home, your little bubble in which you reside until you get to the, where you need to be. So that's beautiful energy, actually. I also feel some of you, you pray before you go on a journey, like you would say a prayer of protection before you travel. You may even call in your angels before you travel. Okay, let's have a look and see how does this have a bearing on your current situation. How does this fit in with your current situation? How does this fit in with your current situation in your life? Okay, so I feel the ability to travel and have a breakaway is that gives you a sense of freedom in a life where you feel like you're carrying heavy responsibility. For some of you, you may be the only breadwinner. You may have extra. You just feel like you're a very responsible person, and that you, because you're so responsible and you take responsibility for decision you make, you take responsibility for people who are dependent on you, to have the ability to go and travel and get away from it all gives you a sense of um, freedom, but it also helps you to connect to the divine. When you are free, you feel like you can connect to spirit or God better when you are rested, and you can take a break from the mundane things of life. The mundane, going on that, getting up in the morning, go to work, homework. It kind of like wears you down, wears you out. It weighs heavily upon you. So when you can travel and have a break, you always feel so good. So we have the Strength card. Strength card is about taming your fears. It's also ruled by the sun. It feels good. It does your heart good to be able to get away and travel. It makes you feel good. You feel like you're being revitalized when you can connect to spirit, being religious, trusting in your angels. It's really good for your heart to do that. I feel like you're a healer. You have the trust and faith to be able to heal yourself, but also to be helping others. I feel for some of you, if you're a masculine, you are here in a mechanical, I feel like a strong mechanical, how to fix things, how to fix transportation, okay? Um, I feel some of you may have passed in a previous life, passed while you were traveling, and there may be a fear of, I don't like to fly, I don't like to go on a train, I don't like to go on a boat. And you're very specific about when you travel. You may be a little bit pedantic about checking everything. Some people, they're a little bit more trusting. They just hop on the car and go. But you would check the oil, check the tires, you check, do all those checks before you go in, because of a previous experience of a previous life where things that are, we may have passed in while you were traveling. So I feel what this lifetime is doing for you, it is ushering a new energy into, okay, well, if you did come to pass in an accident, that you would have the practical, um, how do I say, the practical habits to check your transport before you go, to make sure that everything is okay before you go. You always have enough sleep before you go on long travels. You're just someone who takes extra care. Okay, that is what this brings in for you. We have the Three of Pentacles. So I feel for some of you, if you've passed in an accident while you were traveling, you are now maybe in a profession where you make sure that transportation is safe to travel in. You may be people who check vehicles to make sure that they are roadworthy. If you're feminine, you may work in an administrative a situation where you do the administration for vehicles who are roadworthy, those type of things. So just put it where it fits. Remember, this is a general reading. And then we have the Six of Swords. I feel like in this lifetime, you're putting your fears to rest concerning travel specifically. And that if you are someone who tend to stay at home because you don't like to travel, that slowly but surely you'll be going out on short trips, to try and get you out of that energy of being home. What do you call it, like a homebody, so to speak. And that your faith and your trust, look at the last card we have, um, temperance here. So I do feel like you are healing from maybe some of you who didn't, maybe drown, maybe you were on the Titanic, okay? That there's healing coming in for this lifetime, so you can have a bit more travel, uh, um, how do I say it, more confidence to travel, go abroad even. And also I feel that you're overcoming those fears, okay, that those fears and those insecurities, how inexplicable you are working on them in a subconscious way, and you are taking action in your everyday life to be able to ensure that you feel as comfortable as you can be when you travel, to have faith and trust that wherever you're traveling you'll be safe. If I don't like flying, I'll go on the plane, and I'll have faith and trust that I will reach my destination. That's part of the energy for you in this lifetime. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. Please give me feedback. I love doing these readings. And as I said, please remember to click like, subscribe, share, etc., etc., and give me feedback. I value feedback. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Take care now. Right. We have our little brooch, a little star sun brooch. I think it's got 12 points, this one. I forgot what the name is for the 12 pointed geometric symbol. Maybe you could put that in the comment below. Tell me, I can't remember now. It's totally escaped me. Is it the hexahedron? I'm not sure. Okay, so let's have a look. What past life What past life has the most relevance to your current situation? Okay, so our past lives influence our current life. There's some energy that we bring in from our past life that has a big influence on what we're doing now. So that's what we're asking. What lifetime, past life, has the most bearing, most influence on your current situation? Please give me feedback on the screen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think of this reading. Other readings you'd like me to do. Okay, last shuffle. Our North Node, astrologically, is our compass, what we are here to do. And below this video there is a link if you don't know where your North Node is. You can locate your North Node, and it will tell you what you're meant to be doing here or what you're working towards on soul level. I do those readings if you want to get a personal reading, so just remember this is a general reading. Sometimes it's just interesting to generate a natal chart to see, where your planets are, even if you don't know anything about astrology. Okay, let's have a look. What past life is the most relevant in your current situation? Oh, karmic relationship. So relationships, eh? Not much luck in the relationship department? Or maybe a lot of luck in the relationship department. Look, I think that looks like an 8. This number here. So some of you may have been born on the 8th, or the number 8 ball. Maybe some of you played pool. Is it pool? We have the 8 ball for luck. I just see that clairvoyantly. Okay, so put that where it fits. It may have some relevance for you. Mother with children. Some of you may be drawn to being a mother. Some of you may have issues with fertility, not being able to have children. Some of you, your mother or a mother figure plays a very important part in your life. Then we have love life. Okay, so this is, I feel, a lot to do with relationships. So I feel in your past life, your mother could have denied you the love of your life because the love of your life didn't have her what do you call approval. Or it could be you denied yourself the love of your life because you knew that your mother didn't approve. That could be that. So do you see the two sides of the same coin? Your mother could have stopped the relationship from having say, I forbid you. Or it could have been you knew that your mother wouldn't have approved, so you didn't even go there and you denied yourself the love of your life. It could also be that for some of you in a karmic relationship, that one, like maybe if you're a masculine, that your wife or your partner couldn't have children and it affected your love life. Someone wanted children, someone didn't want children, they couldn't come to an agreement, and that affected the love life. So that's the various scenarios. So remember, this is a general reading. Personal readings are always best, okay? But that's the scenarios that I get. I also feel, because this is also like a little bit of a war, like someone coming home from war, someone being a pilot, being in the Air Force. Maybe you're separated from your husband, your partner, because he's a pilot, and you had to be a mother raising your children alone by yourself with an absent father. Maybe you're even the child who had to grow up with an absent father, and that now is affecting how you see the father figure in your life. And our father and our mother, when we are born, it is our formative years that determines on how we do our relationships, or how we are in relationships. And I feel like there's a situation for some of you with an absent father who is affecting, that energy is affecting you in your love life. Because for a girl, her dad's her first love. Okay? And for some of you, I feel like that card isn't here. If you had to deal with an absent father, that some of you have unrequited love kind of issues going on in relationships. There's so many scenarios going to play out with this, but let's draw the cards and let's see what does this little deck have to say about your current situation, love life and relationships. I also feel, before I draw the card, that some of you would have had a situation where you've been separated from your love, and the last words that they said was, I want you to be the mother of my children. So there's something to do with that. Yes, we have the Five of Cups. There's a lot of sorrow, losing someone. Okay, this is the card of grieving. Grieving for the love that you never had, because it's cups. Missing your person in this current lifetime when you go into relationships, feeling that there's something missing. that this relationship may not work out, or that you're with someone but you still feel like the commitment or whatever in that relationship, that there is something missing. That's the only, it's that feeling of being incomplete. There's something about the connection that's incomplete. And that you put a lot of work into your relationships to try and overcome this feeling. You're practical, you're doing everything that you need to do to overcome this inexplicable sense of loss. And you, relationships very important to you, so you feel like you want to really invest yourself in relationships. You take your relationships seriously, you're devoted, you're loyal, you'll do whatever you can to make your relationships work. So we have the Prince of Cups. So I also feel like there is a certain sense of remembering sometimes. Maybe when you go into a relationship, there's a sense of familiarity. Just a moment, Kitty wants to come in. My little cat. Close the door, and she's meowing. Okay, come in, Kitty. Sorry. There we go. Yeah. Um. She's. Yeah, she was sitting outside. Okay, so there's this openness in your relationships, that when it comes to relationships, you have your heart on your sleeve, and you're very romantic, and as I say, put a lot of effort into romance. You love romance, because of this very beautiful, deep, karmic connection that you had with your person. Doesn't matter if it's male, female, and you can really turn the romance on, and your person, you feel, must be romantic. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. So this lifetime, see how this person's sitting there meditating. When we meditate, we can access past lives. Maybe you want to do some past life regression. I feel that would be very good for you, to help you on an emotional level, to help you feel more fulfilled in your current relationships. There's also information coming to you maybe at night while you're sleeping, because this comes at night. And we're also in solar lunar eclipse at the moment. We had our first eclipse at 5 degrees Sagittarius. So our solar eclipse is coming in on the 10th of June, 19 degrees Gemini, and this is air. So I feel if there's any work that you want to do on past life regression, now is the time to help you to feel emotionally more fulfilled in your relationships. So we have the Six of Cups, definitely past life. Oh, look at that. I feel like you definitely have a past life romance, soulmate connection that is playing a big part in how you form your relationships in this life. Beautiful memories. You may even have vivid dreams. You recognize your soulmates instantly, because I do feel our soulmates are connected and intertwined. You may even be with your current soulmate at this point in time, working through that karma that is helping you to move forward. I feel that's definitely a possibility for some of you. Remember, this is a general reading. And then we have the Queen of Wands, beautiful energy, regaining your confidence in relationships. Six of Swords. We're just about a six of Swords in every deck so far. So I feel like for a lot of you watching this reading, it is about moving forward, moving on from things that didn't work out. Any conflict in previous past lives are being resolved as we speak. And with this Queen of Wands, Wands is spiritual. Okay, so I do feel like you are actively doing things in your day to day to help you move forward from this past life. In your relationships, you're starting to break patterns, okay? But I do feel there's information that's locked away that you haven't quite accessed yet, with that Ace of Swords being turned down and not up. One more card. King of Chalices. So I feel like you have a partner, or there's someone around you who's helping you on a practical level to deal with these issues, emotional. I feel like it's emotional issues in relationships, your own insecurities, that is being brought up to deal with these past life situations. So I hope this reading found you. So your past life, it's currently with the most influence on your life, is to deal with karmic relationships, soulmate relationships, where we have to deal with disappointment, depression, the inability to communicate. Because remember, your partner was absent. I feel like there was a separation of some kind because of the aeroplane in the background, this person being dressed as a soldier there. Unrequited love, not knowing how to express your emotions, all those type of things, that we do in relationships. That is what this life is helping you to do, is to be able to take positive action and a practical action to help you move forward and to process and express yourself emotionally in relationships. So thank you for watching. Please give me feedback. I loved reading for you. Have a beautiful day. I hope this information was helpful to you today. Take good care now. Bye. Okay, last but not the least, our manaya, our symbol of protection in the Māoridom. Okay, welcome to your reading. Let's have a look what's coming in for you. So this is the question that we're doing here is, what past life is the most relevant to your current situation? What past life is the most relevant to your current situation? In our past lives, we bring in energy with us into this current life to finish off with, process, move forward from, and change, pay karmic debt, hopefully not incur, but to be able to get a better result this time around, whatever the situation may be. So I'm going to draw you some cards from this beautiful deck, Past Life Oracle cards, Doreen and Brian Weiss. And I'm going to draw some tarot cards on that. And Kitty says hello. I'll try and make videos with Kitty in the future. She's got her own TikTok channel. Maybe I'll put that link into, I'll just link it in here. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. That's subject that's totally irrelevant to this current situation. What past life is the most relevant to your current situation? Open the door for Kitty. She's in and out today. So some of you, we've got High Priestess or Priestess. So look at reading number 2, because this card came up in reading number 2 if you don't resonate with the storyline. Phobias. Okay. So that makes you scared of spiders. Are you avoiding any conversations concerning spirituality? I feel for some of you may have a phobia for fire or smoke. You can't stand the heat because maybe some of you had burnt at the stake because of your beliefs. An aversion to spirituality or believing into, in other things that you can't see. I also feel like you're a free thinker. Like it could be the other way around, where Kitty is complaining because the sun isn't shining today. She loves the sun. So I feel the phobias here has to do with because being a high priest or a high priestess is a very dogmatic kind of way of existing. And this is, I feel, got to do with a lot of not liking anything that's dogmatic. You want to be a free thinker. You want to be free from the trappings of spiritual practice, so to speak, for some of you. Galactic. Oh, I like this. You're definitely a free soul. Some of you may have had experiences of being abducted by aliens. Some of you may have memories when you look up at the stars of being. There's another reading that I mentioned. It could have been the first one that you can also have a look. Deck number 1. Where there was transportation involved and you were traveling from galaxy to galaxy. You may have a fear of night. You may struggle with anxieties at sunset, not feeling comfortable with being alone in the dark or feeling depressed at sunset. That could be one of the things that are coming in. For some of you, just remember it's a general reading, so I'm just trying to do the various scenarios here, that when you have your own fears that you know can't be explained, like a fear of spiders, that you may call upon, your angels or whoever you believe in to help you through whatever it is. If it's a fear of dark, if it's a fear of claustrophobia, whatever it is, a fear of water, that some of you have memories of being free and not having to deal with these fears. So, and you call upon, or you would like to call upon issue things, your faith, call upon the stars to help you to navigate these limiting experiences through phobias. Okay, I feel for some of you maybe galactics. So below this video there's a link. As I said, you can click to generate a chart. If you could have planets on the galactic center, that's from about 25, 26, 27 degrees Sagittarius, means that you would be a galactic, what we say. So you could have your ascendant there or some sort of planets in that area. Some of you may be Sagittarian watching this. Very interesting. So let's see what the Golden Tarot has to say. How is this relevant to your current situation? How can this help you move forward? How can this help you move forward? This past life experiences. Because remember, our past life experiences, it helps us to overcome and grow in this life. Okay. Let's have a look. One more shuffle. Thank you for your patience. How can this information be helpful to you who's watching now? You may even have memories of having your own spaceship. I've got memories of those. Right. Maybe for some of you have a fear of going out into open spaces, because galactic is like space. Like you feel like you're just gonna float away, or you feel anxious when you go into spaces that's very open, like a desert or out on a boat in the ocean, that sort of stuff. Okay. So you are someone who really likes to be out and about and go and travel. I feel like you are someone who likes to go into the desert. Maybe the desert. Look at this guy has got pyramids there. And I was just saying about open spaces. And maybe some of you may have a fear of going to open spaces. But you're moving forward. This lifetime is helping you to overcome those fears. You may even have a fear of travel. Don't want to venture too far from home. You don't want to travel at night. You don't like traveling at night. So they're helping you moving forward from that. There's a person who is particularly helpful, with whom you can have conversations about your fears. and they just give you ideas and perspectives that helps you to make sense of it all. There are actually two people here. We have the King of Swords and we have the King of Pentacles. Um, so once again, you're talking about someone who's very intellectual. Who, this could also be you doing research and finding information to help yourself, to empower yourself, to be more secure and stable, especially if you have, say, some other behavioral disorder because of your phobias, that you are taking action to acquire knowledge so that you can actually become more stable in your life. We have the Two of Cups. So this experience is also helping you to balance your inner energy between masculine and feminine. We do have two very feminine cards here with two ladies in there. So if you're masculine, I feel like the energy coming in for you is, especially if you have fears and phobias, this is to like restore your masculine energy, because we have two, oh, okay, I like how this works. Two kings and two queens, can we say? Two masculine, two feminine, okay? And so if you're a masculine, you're working out to address your fears, whatever they may be, to bring in and rebalance your masculine energy so you don't come across as someone who's a wuss. Okay, but this could be internal conversation, you criticizing yourself for having these fears, which are quite natural, but you can't explain them, you don't know why you have them. Okay, but this lifetime you're learning to balance that out. For the feminine, if you have, you know, fears concerning, uh, that makes you feel anything less than a powerful woman, this is bringing in more masculine energy for you to take action, be charged, and be more, like facing your fears rather than pulling away from them. I feel that's for masculine and feminine. Yeah, for a lot of you, you don't know where these phobias come from. You don't understand it. Okay, doesn't make sense to you, but you're still taking action to address it. You're not sitting there helpless. I don't feel. And look, we've got the Ten of Cups as an outcome. So I feel like whatever fears, inexplicable fears you are working on this lifetime, or fascinations, you could be totally fascinated with the stars as well. You could be fascinated with spiritual practice. Okay, and these two can help you maybe finding out, do some star seed research, do some spiritual work, do some research about spiritual practices that you may find interesting, whether it's sound therapy, color therapy, water therapy, hydrotherapy, I mean, all sorts of positive information coming out here to help you to find balance in your life, and it will have a very happy outcome. This will be a very positive result for you, because you are facing your fears. You don't know why they are there, but you're taking the action to resolve them, to balance your energy. And I feel like there's also people around you helping you just through conversation, and not necessarily talking about past lives, but it could just be an everyday conversation that you find healing. Maybe people encouraging you to pet the little spider, or scratch the snake's head, or hold that little hedgehog that you just don't trust. Okay, so it's all those little things, but there are people around you that are helping you to overcome this. That's Skydive Auckland you're hearing. I'm a skydiver. I live in Parakai, New Zealand. And that's our aeroplane coming in for a landing that you hear. And so I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you thought of this reading. Remember to like, click, subscribe, share, give me feedback. I love getting feedback from you. And I love reading for you. Have a beautiful day. Light and love now.